Attention, please.
Ynvs in the building.
You may now proceed to turn the fuck up.
I'm a different type of nigga, never change up. 10 toes down, every step how I came up. DJ Prison with me, Conan, Brooklyn, and Billy with me. Shampoo, we the gang, hottest in the city. Where I come from, ain't nobody fucking with me. I really mean it, that's facts. Ynvs is the label. You cannot sit at the table. We do it big, you ain't able. You just don't got it like cable. Niggas mad cause I got it.
It's your boy, Shampoo, Ynvs.
I just wanna be where
You know what it is, Ynvs, DJ Smoke Black. We got a brand new episode. It's so heavy. So Mama Sorachi, you heard what I said, baby. DJ Smoke Black, Shampoo, we ready. Let's go.
I'm just trying to sleep where it's lit. Catch my life on B-roll. Camera never sleep mode. I wanna be where I'm looking at. Run until I breathe those benefits that we sold.
Yeah, yo, good looking Black. I appreciate that. Come on, man, you playing that heat. And why not, man? On my right side, man, I had to bring the legend on out, man. Hey, if you've been under a rock, man, if you ain't never listened to hip-hop, this is hip-hop. One of the bar lords, one of the finest, man. My God, Queen's finest. His name is Mike Geronimo.
What's happening? What's happening? I appreciate it.
Mike, where you been at, bro?
I'm gonna rock in my cave, chilling with the. Nah, I just been at home, chilling with the family.
Yo, man, first, man, I want to big you up on that Drink Champs episode, man. That was a good look for you, man.
Thank you.
You know, you definitely touched on a lot of subjects and a lot of topics, and people been wondering, man, like, what's been happening with you, life after Drink Champs?
It's crazy, bro. That's some real shit. You know why? Because, like I think I said it best to one of my people the other day. I was like, damn, life was quiet.
You said that. You said that earlier. You was like, yo, man, life was quiet.
Life was
and
quiet.
I told you what? It's about to get noisy.
Yeah, you did say that. You know what I mean? And I was like, life was quiet. And it was, you know, I was just in a zone where I was like, the things that do make it what it is to me, that's all I was into prior to Drink Champs. You know what I mean? And,
right.
And so it's wild because it's kind of like, to be very sincere about it, it eerily reminds me of like when we started and we dropped Shit's Real, how like everything just changes in 24 hours.
What made you do, like, what was the conversation leading up to, like, who came to you to do Drink Champs? Like, what was that conversation?
It was a while, bro, because to be honest, I think the first person that told me something about it, I want to say it was Flush. I want to say
right, because I want to just put people in perspective. Like, you're not messing around with hip hop. Mm-hmm. You in your full-time business because you got your own business.
Yeah, correct.
Your own successful business.
Thank you. Yeah,
that's doing well.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden, somebody's Royal Flush says, "Yo, you should do this thing called Drink Champs."
Yeah, and that was maybe, I want to say either a year and a half to 2 years ago. Something like that. And then it was
it took you 2 years before?
Yeah, because it was bugged because Flush was like the first person that I mentioned it, and then it's a lot of mutual friends that I have with Eno, with Nori. You know, because we from Queens, so every now and again, once in a blue, somebody would come to me, or online, somebody would be like, yo, why don't you do it? And then I remember at one point, I think Eno actually had DM'd me and asked me to do it. And I was like,
and you still wasn't doing it?
Nah, I told him, you know, like you know, we could talk about it. But at the time, I probably would have been more inclined to tell him, nah, I didn't want to do it.
Why?
But
because it was quiet and you like
right. One, I'm very like private as a person in terms of my family life, all that stuff. So I wasn't really looking for all of that. And then two, I was saying just from a standpoint of business, I was like, it'd be different if I had something that I was working on, which I wasn't. You know, at that time, I'm like, I'm just, you know, raising my kids and being dad and taking care of my business and trying to make that grow more. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really even into nothing with rap, bro. I was just on some like, You know, that was
Living
then.
your life.
Right, yeah, living life, bro. Like, that was then, this is now. I'm happy. And, you know, I could see if I had something popping, but I'm not in that zone.
Now, let me take you a step back.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling when people bumping into you in the street? Like, yo, that's Mike Geronimo. Because I know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have a look. Like, niggas don't just look like Mike Geronimo. Mike Geronimo is Mike Geronimo. I know you bumping in. You probably in a nice place now, so you probably going to what's that? Home Foods, you have Home Goods. What's the name of that?
Nah, what's the joint that's down the block? God damn it, I can never remember the name.
Stop and Shop.
It's no.
Because those are the spots that
it's
you,
like
you got a little money.
Like the
you don't got power.
right,
You know
right.
what? You know what I
But
mean?
the bags are really nice, and Trader Joe.
Oh, see that?
Trader Joe's.
That's different. I don't even know what that store looks like.
Facts. Shout out Trader Joe. Trader Joe's is all right.
You know what I mean?
They all right.
So you in Trader Joe's? I
Right.
know people had them bumped into you.
Wow.
They're like, yo, that's
Yeah, like
yo. I know you from somewhere. Like, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
And usually,
yo.
like if it let's say it is the Trader Joe's, I would probably more times than less. I would probably be like, yeah, I get that all the time, and then I would keep walking.
I hate those type of guys. That mean, they don't really tell you who he is.
Right.
So all night you're just wondering, like,
or-
who the fuck I know? He's
But
somebody.
I wouldn't be a dick about it. Like I would
Okay.
just be like, like I'd be like, yo, yeah, I've heard that before. And I'll try my way to like get at. Like I don't know, bro. Like my whole shit would be like, if you don't ask, then I don't say nothing. You know what I mean? And I just got accustomed to just flowing through regular day to day that way. You know what I mean? It definitely happened.
Take me into your mental space when you finally said, all right, I'm going to do Drink Champs. Why?
Yo, it wasn't me.
Because you're saying 2 years.
Yeah.
So
but
that had to
shit.
been a lot of real
But,
mental.
okay, so here's and you like the first person, I think, like outside of like my immediate people that probably I would even like, I've even said this too.
Yeah, so we getting exclusive right
As
here.
fate would have it,
So heavy.
right?
Yes.
As
so,
fate
so
would have
so
it,
mambo.
right? So boom, I'm gonna tell you, as fate would have it, my neighbor Eric is good friends with Diego.
Oh, okay.
And
Big up to
they
Diego.
grew up together. So my neighbor Eric one day had came to me and he was like, yo, my boy Diego called me, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, he was like, yo, and he fucks with Nori. And yo, he was asking, he's like, when are we gonna get Mike up here? Is that your boy like you say he is? And I was like, okay. And then at first I told Eric, I said, tell him, I appreciate it, I'm flattered. But, I really don't see the
You still
point
resisting.
I'm still resisting now. Immediately after that, what's real weird is my man Mick, shout out Mickey in Queens finest.
Okay.
Him and my man Butch Rock. I know you know
Yeah,
Butch.
Butch Rock.
Right. Shout out
Ceviche
Butch
all
Rock.
day.
Right.
Pick up that ceviche. It's potato salad. Incredible.
Right, but yeah, Butch gets down.
Yeah.
Butch gets down. But as fate would have it, still, they have a birthday party in Queens.
Okay.
Joint birthday party.
Right,
And
I think I saw that online.
yeah,
online.
so I went, and I was just going, because it's Butch and it's Mick, and I know them both. So I didn't even know like that Pone and
Nori was going.
yeah, I didn't know no.
It was Queen's Day that day. That day they was doing the basketball event in Left Rack.
see, like no, I knew
I
none
was
of
with
that.
them that prior to them going to that.
See,
I was with them in Left Rack.
I didn't even know. Matter of fact, if you gonna keep it 100, if you gonna keep it a full buck, I actually finished doing one of the jobs for one of my clients.
So you was on work mode.
Right, I was in work mode, bro, and then I came to the crib, I changed up, I was like, yeah, I promised Mick that I was gonna go through there, and it's Butch shit, so let me, So I went, and then N.O. was there, and he was like right there when I was like parking the truck, and he just came up to me, and he was like, he said, yo, man, so what's up? Yo, you going front of me, man? You not gonna do the show? Like, what's up? And I told him, and the other thing that had me where I was like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna do this shit. I actually had seen fragments of like one episode because I'm not a big like I'm not an avid television watcher, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So things are happening, you're not paying attention.
Right. So things are
Things are
happening.
moving.
Right. Like if it's on my phone and I happen to see it, whatever. But I happen to watch something and I saw the episode with the nigga Stout on it, with Steve Stout on it.
Okay, that's right. He called you a fake Nas.
Right, and it was some, it was out of pocket. So that in itself, already with the fact that I was kind of like, nah, I don't really see the reason to do it. That kind of pushed me more to like, yo, don't let me do this shit.
You didn't know if it was going to be some controversy shit.
Right, and I'm not
trying to set you up.
Yeah, that or exactly on some real shit, bro.
Right,
I ain't know where nobody stood. So, and that the truth be told, that's the first thing I said to him. I was
put your
like,
phone on mute. Whoever's back there.
I said, yeah, I said, yo, that shit was Stout threw me for a loop, nigga. Like, those was my exact words to him. So I was like, I don't really know, where even you stand right now. And the nigga Nori looked at me crazy, like, what, nigga? Like, yo, you family, nigga. Like, yo, fuck Stout, man.
They don't got nothing to do with that.
Right, but the way he said what he said, and he was like, yo, come, and then he said, yo, man, come on, come get your flowers, because you ain't get your flowers.
Right.
And then it's funny because I went in the party and maybe a couple of minutes passed, an hour or so, whatever, and Pone and me was talking. And really it was Pone who was talking with me, and he was like, yo,
what's that conversation like? Because
He
it's
was
like, you know what I mean, calling you like, and
Yeah,
then
it was short talk,
because
but-
you still resist them because, Steve Stout, you don't know what this really show because you haven't
Right.
watched it.
Right.
So you really don't know. You're just going on
Right.
people saying.
Right.
And then Al Capone hitting you.
Right, so Pone was in the party.
Right.
He was in the party, so we just short talking, regular talk, like catching up, how you, all that shit. And then somehow along we got to that point in the conversation. He's like, yo, son, I think you should do that shit. Like, just on some, like, nothing more, nothing less shit. And, a couple more minutes passed, and I just went up there and I was like, you know what? I said, all right, I'm going to do it. So you can ask me whatever
You were
want.
drunk?
Nah, we wasn't.
Because niggas be like,
Right,
hey,
nah,
yo, fuck it,
Nah,
I'm going to
it
do
wasn't-
it. Then you be
nah.
like, damn.
Right,
yo,
nah, it wasn't
damn,
that.
I fucked up.
Right. Like,
I
it
fucked
wasn't
up.
like I was smacked and I made a bad decision. And
Right.
then the next day I was like, yo, I said, what? Nah, we was like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, bro. I'm going to do it. And I had agreed to do it, and I think
Now you pick a date, right? You get a date? Because now you got to jump on a plane to go, right?
Yeah, Diego was on it, bro.
Right.
Like, Diego was like, yo, what works for you? And then he called Derek, and I said, tell him, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks from whatever the case was. And
Right.
we squared everything up.
So you jump on a plane. Now, how you feeling now? Because you ain't been talking no hip hop. You ain't been talking to nobody. Now did you do your research before you go?
No.
Still,
bro.
you haven't looked at Drink Champs at all?
I mean, I heard of it, and I
So
knew
you
that.
still didn't look at no episodes?
Nah, not really. I heard of it, and I knew my name kept coming up for some strange reason on the show because people every now and again would call me, and they'd be like, yo, they's talking about you on Drink Champs, and I'd be like, all right, cool. And I would leave it at that. But I think initially, like when I realized what I had agreed to, I did
It
know.
was too late. It was
No.
too late already,
But
right?
what I did know was I was like, all right, I know niggas drink and I know niggas talk. And I was like, pardon me. And I was like, I know niggas do that on the show. So maybe initially I was saying to myself, because I'm not a talkative person in that sense. You know what I mean? Like I just, certain things either I feel I don't need to talk about or it ain't nothing more than it's been said.
And then you haven't been in the spotlight, and
Right.
you're about to be on a big
Right.
spotlight.
But past that, bro,
And
I
now, are you
swear,
still aware how big it is or not yet?
I think I thought I knew, but then I'm like, but now if you ask me that, no, I had no idea.
Right.
But I think I thought I knew the magnitude of this.
Because when I spoke to Nori, I was excited for hip hop. I was like, yo, where did you find Mike at?
It was random.
He said, yo, bro, we've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he was so excited because the episode was so dope, and then he was just telling me about it. I was like, yo, I can't wait. And then when I saw it, I was like, this is hip hop. This is good. Like you finally got to speak your truth.
Yeah, I
You're
think
like,
so.
all right, now you on a plane,
Mm-hmm.
you're on your way, you land, you go to your hotel, right?
Nah, not even. I stayed
yet?
at my people's place. We was
Okay,
chilling.
okay.
We was in Palm Beach chilling.
Okay, so you go. So you go see your people.
Yeah.
So now you out there, you having a good time. Now you still don't really know the magnitude of the platform you're about to get on. Right?
Not really.
You just,
what I will
you're just having a
say,
good
I
time.
had initially, like, I think maybe the first 3 days of realizing, the ramifications.
So you was out there a couple days before you went?
No. I just mean, like, after I agreed to it and I'm at
Okay.
home and everyone else except me is excited. Or rather,
And
everyone.
then you don't realize what's going on. You're
Right,
like,
I'm
why y'all
oblivious.
So, happy?
So,
this is
like,
a regular
everyone
interview.
else, yo.
You're like, this is a nigga if I know from Queens. Like,
Right, I'm like,
what's so
it's
big about
right.
this?
So it's not even. It's just I was like, yo, okay, cool, And so I had a little bit of anxiety, but I think the anxiety that I had was more so like what I would talk about and what I wouldn't talk about. But then once I got past that anxiety, bro, like I remember telling myself, I was like, yo, don't
hold back.
don't think about it.
Okay.
That's what I did tell myself. I was like, yo, don't think about the fact that you might be asked this or might be asked that, and people are gonna see it.
Right, because you're considered an OG. You haven't been media trained in years.
Right.
And now you're about to get on this major platform.
Yeah, so I had anxiety, but then once I came to terms with that, bro, like,
and it was natural. It looked so natural to me. It was like, I felt like, yo, I enjoyed it. Like, I watched the whole thing. Like, usually you'd be like, yo, this is too long. Like, it was so in depth on your history, on music, and your ups and downs. It was educational also, man.
That's real. Like I said, like I think the one thing that I also had an anxiety about, I was like, I know niggas is gonna try and get me like smacked out of my element.
Oh yeah, you on
so
Drink
that,
Champs.
right? So that I
lucky
start,
thing they didn't have Tiger Bomb.
Right.
Yeah, if they had the Tiger Bomb, Papito, it would have been over.
Right, I know the Tiger Bomb from the Juice Bar uptown.
Right.
So I know with the Tiger Bomb, but I
When
was
they bring
just
that out, it's over.
Right. So all I did say to myself, I was like, yo, don't get so smacked with.
You just talking
you
to
don't
talk,
have control
and you emotional.
Exactly. So it was.
There was one moment when you tell Flush like, yo, chill, man. Like you don't gotta stop me. Like
but at that point, I think it's kind of funny because it's one of them things. Like I said, you try and tell yourself all this shit before you go, but then you don't really never know until you get there.
Right.
So whatever you got was what you got the moment I got there. However it felt, it was that way.
You know what?
Shout out Flush though.
You know what? I knew you was gonna go wrong when you drank the Ace of Spades. I knew it, Papito. I knew when you drank the Ace of Spades, Papito. I was like, yo. Because you was drinking something else. I think you was drinking dirty water. I think you was drinking Henny or something. You was drinking something else.
Douce, I think he started with.
He started on the Douce.
Now, see, that goes to show, like me, I'm not really cognizant of that shit to the degree of I don't really drink that much. So I'm not saying to myself, yo, don't go from champagne to
don't go to cognac to champagne.
To cognac. I'm not even putting those rules in my head. I'm just like, oh shit, I never really had that.
And these guys are professionals. Like,
right.
You want to try
and
this?
Right. So
it's
I'm the crash
$75 a sip.
So I'm the crash test dummy. But at that point, I was telling myself, I was like, yo, don't. I start like doing the sealed lips thing with your cup. Like, don't take the liquor.
And then Nori be like, yo, hold on, you didn't drink
right.
it.
And then
because he be paying attention.
I know what
he be like, you ain't drink yours, pa.
Right.
Come on, it's eye to eye. Let's go.
And then once certain like inquiring minds want to know that it was always, yo, you want a shot of this? And
yeah.
Like,
and then you didn't try it. You never had it either. Nah. So he was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
So on that note, like I wasn't even, like I said, when I showed up, bro, it was what you dished, I took and I handed out. That's the best way I could say.
Now, you had a great interview. What do you regret? Because I know you had to get some type of backlash of what you said because you went deep. Like you really touched in on a lot of things that people never knew that really made people choose sides. Like, yo, bro.
No,
Damn.
you know what's funny? Like, I think maybe the first, because first I had to get myself to watch it, because I had said to myself,
How long it took you to watch it? Because I know people don't like watching themselves.
no, it's not like, it took me maybe,
A month?
no, maybe 3 days, 4 days.
Okay, all right.
And then finally I had decided, I was like,
You watched the whole thing one time?
I didn't watch the entire thing, but what I did do was I watched what was posted on Revolt, and I watched
the clips.
Right, and then I heard the entire interview, I think in like a podcast form.
Okay.
And I think that on the podcast was like all 4 hours. Like, so you can even hear, like, you know, when we're not at the table.
Right.
But all in all, to be honest, I can't think of anything I regret.
Nothing?
No. I mean,
because you know everybody be like, "Yo, I was drunk. Yo, I
right.
shouldn't have said
and
that."
And I'm really,
Damn,
I'm sitting
yo,
right now.
I apologize. I shouldn't have said that.
What I will say is that, like, I remember the next day, right? Like, I think I told Ev, I think I remember, like, I couldn't remember the interview. We were smacked. Like, we went out after the interview.
Oh my god!
So nigga,
and it's even more talking.
Right,
That they should have filmed that one.
Right.
That's the real podcast.
I think he actually has footage of, like, when we was out after that. Like, Nori took us to the Dragon to eat.
Oh, that's the spot. Yep.
And then we was smacked at the Dragon. And then after that, we went to my cousin's spot. Shout out to We went to the office.
Sir.
So we was bugging in the office for a little bit. We was outside. We was outside till like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. But I remember waking up the next day and I was like, it just feel like I ruffled some feathers. Like that. Like, I couldn't remember shit. But I was
you knew you said something
But
crazy.
I knew I had that feeling
because
like
you drank champagne.
Right.
You drank some Douce. What else you drank?
We had champagne. We had Douce. We had Ciroc.
Oh, nah. See, you had
Like
the White
for
Devil.
shot.
Which one, the watermelon or the regular Blue Dot?
I can't recall.
I think they gave you the watermelon.
I think
they gave you the watermelon.
whatever the
'cause
shots were, they were good.
Yeah, it was
'Cause
watermelon.
I remember that, but
It was watermelon.
I woke up and I was like, yeah, I ruffled some feathers. So, and I couldn't remember what I said, but after I said that to myself, I was like, all right, so you just got to use all your mirrors now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was the only thing on my mind, real talk. Like, that was the only thing on my mind. And it is a shame, I guess, but that's how I'm trained to be.
Right.
So
You're only dealing with the moment.
Right. So I was like, yo, you just got to use all your mirrors. You can't reverse time, nigga. So whatever you said, however you said it.
Now,
But I didn't know what I said. At
now
that point.
when you realized what you said, did you pick up the pen and say, yo, I think I'm going to have to start making some music again? What made you say, you know what, let's one more go?
More weird. First off, before Drink Champs, I had like sporadically here and there been recording. So it's not like, you know, I just went into this hibernation stage where I wasn't making music at all.
So you was always still in the gym.
Yeah, but not to the extent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, again, as fate would have it, my cousin, shout out Infrared, he's in Miami. And
His pen is incredible.
is sick.
Pen,
Yeah.
big shout to Infrared.
Right. So, as fate would have it, we go to do Drink Champs. And just the same way I call to tell him I'm down there, I call Inf, tell him I'm down there, and we all link up. And I had booked studio time that night because I was like, yo, me, Nori, Pone, and Flush, we could do something while we're there. That was the original, you know, plan.
That's before y'all was drinking.
Yeah.
Because that's the plan
Wait,
before we drinking.
Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It usually start off like that, like, yo, son, we should lock in.
Right. It kind of.
It usually started like, yo, we should lock in. Everybody like, word. Let's
No.
Yo, let's
like
do something. Word.
Pone was locked in. I
Okay.
say like Pone was locked in. Like Flush. No, and then Eno, like I think like Eno left like the minute we ate at the Dragon.
Oh yeah, so it probably been late already.
Right.
Too.
So Ynv and my man Lou, they came and met us at the studio like after we ate, and then it was just weird. He had tracks and he had played something, and I was like, all right, I got the time, and he literally played the beats the night before and then played them again in front of the studio, and the next thing I know, we was just in the studio and we knocked one record out in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
And is that the single that's out now?
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Devastation.
Let's go right into that Smoke Black. You ready?
Produced by Reezy Renegade. Shout out Renegade,
Ooh,
bro.
Renegades, what up?
Yeah.
We here.
Yeah.
Mike Geronimo is here. Welcome to Ynvs. We doing it.
That's it.
What we doing? We having a good time. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Ynvs Podcast Radio.
It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. You ain't saying nothing. Money, I speak fluid, I'ma sell it. Like a pump fake on a jump shot. Chain looking like a Golden State from the parking lot. I got Swiss money, Qasim Dean. Then I'm coming to America. Prince Hakeem, I summons you to the royal suite with bad bitches feeding you grapes and rubbing your feet. They say they saw you up top getting revenue. Chain swinging niggas don't know what infrared to do. Old bear bonds, pop my collar like the Fonz. Tomahawk steak, crab cake, and the prawns. We eating over here, what you doing over there? Hurricane Harvey, we just flooded over there. Picked up the money, then jumped in the lair. On my Mike Tyson shit, I might bite off your ear.
Y'all wanna talk it out, I'm guessing it all matters. And we could chop it up like some axes or jackhammers. First taste of power, we knew what the game had us. Like the first piece of pussy we ever got on a mattress. Camera rolling and started, you better watch me. 100 Yukons and my own Luca Brazzi. And they worse than them Nazis was. Got my finger on the button, try to stop the buzz. I'm the fog like the angel of death who came with them locusts. Murder one queen, shit focus. Y'all don't know this, been the hunger that drove us. Like Bubba in a stock car lap that's on this. And you don't really wanna bring out the oldest, the soldiers. Niggas that danced in pits filled with cobras. Pass fresh max, slap lock, reload us. Aim at everybody, bonus.
Ynvs Podcast Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo,
back,
man,
back,
I ain't
we
mad
back.
at that Devastation. Like Drink Champs. What made you go into the studio to do Devastation?
It was just all.
Because it was like Drink Champs, right? You had this moment, or did Devastation happen already?
Nah, like I said, it was just weird, bro, because Ynv had met me after we filmed
Drink Champs.
Drink Champs, yeah. And initially,
So this is all on that same day.
they're all on the same day. And he just played the track, and we went in the box, and we had finished the joint in like 15 minutes. And then the next thing I know, they was doing like passes, mix downs, all of that. And it just took off from there. And funny enough, like, Eno had a good talk with me the next day. We went to eat, and we was outside, in the back of the restaurant. I think it was Fifi's or some joint.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just talking to me. He's like, yo, I'm telling you, bro, like, you're going to be able to move if you want to move after this. He's like, I'm just telling you the choice is in your hands, but it'll be there for you. And then he had told me he felt that it was one of the best episodes that y'all had.
It definitely was. It was definitely emotional.
Yeah.
Definitely touching. Definitely.
This was deep. This was deep.
But like I
Deep.
said, you
Bottom
can't,
line.
and I told him, I said, and even still I would say I will never know what everybody else saw in it because I don't have the ability to fully step outside of myself. So even I realize some degree of what the show might mean, but I'm never really gonna be able to truly understand it. But I'm very appreciative, and I'm glad that it struck people.
Now, what's that conversation with your right hand man for Royal Flush after that? Because it's like he's giving you his perspective on how the show went. How was that conversation?
We didn't,
because that's your man, so he's not holding punches,
right? But you know what was weird? I think he was like one of the last people that I actually got to speak to in terms of what they thought about it. Like the first people I got to speak to was Evan and my man Eric. Because they were there, so I asked them, and Ev, meaning he was pretty like he was like, yo, you did your thing, and then because I was more concerned with shit I might have said that I might not necessarily say.
Right.
And
you wouldn't usually say.
Right. And so he told me he ripped the Band-Aid off of it. He's like, yo, you went in on Irv and you went in on Stout. He's like, but other than that, bro, you good. You good. And again, at that point, like I know he said that. I know my man Eric had said the same thing. I know Eno was telling me that, and Mr. Lee and everybody there was saying that. But
it was definitely good, man.
You can't step outside of yourself to see.
Joints.
So I was just like, fuck it, let me see what happens.
It was good, bro. It was memorable, man. Like that Drink Champs Mike Geronimo episodes is definitely gonna be. If they do the year wrap up, that's definitely one of the top ones.
That's deep. That's deep.
To me, because I've been watching Drink Champs for over a couple years. It's been over, you know what I mean? And I watched all of them. This was one that I watched the whole joint and was like, yo, this was good for Mike.
I will say, like shout out to the people, because I'm guilty of it. Like, I creeped in, even though I was told, like, my manager and all of them, they was all like, yo, don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments.
Yeah, everybody be like, fuck that nigga. He's washed.
But I'm kind of like, yo,
about that?
Nah, but I'm like, yo, that's like saying I robbed the bank. Don't look at the money. You know what I mean? So I went and I looked I was shocked, bro, because I didn't get anything.
You got a lot of love on the comments, bro.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, bro.
You got mad hearts. Mad, yo, this was good for Mike. Yo, finally he got his truth. I was reading the comments,
I was astonished.
Finally he got his truth out.
Yeah.
Like
the comments.
Was that a relief for you? Like, did you feel like
I don't think
building off of you, or you still got shit you still got to say?
No, the funny part is I think it came from reading the comments that's when I had some strange way it felt like 1,000,000 pounds of pressure like was gone. And then reading the comments, like I said, like I was moved to tears, man. Like me and my wife was reading shit, and we was both in tears. And
reading the comments, you was in tears.
Yeah, bro. I had
like happy tears or disappointment?
Joy. Like I got messages from soldiers overseas.
Let me ask you this: do you believe in yourself?
I do. I think sometimes I'm misunderstood as a person, and I do understand that a lot of people know you from the last place that they saw you.
Do you believe you nice? Do you believe you one of them niggas?
Yeah.
Like, do you believe you like one of the legends in hip hop? Like, when you look in the mirror, do you be like, I'm Mike Geronimo, or you be like, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on.
You know what?
Because I saw a clip on your IG when you put about one of the reverends, and he was speaking about reflection on who you are.
Yeah.
And when I seen that, I was like, yo, that's deep. And I was wondering, do you feel like that?
I did. That's what motivated me to place it there. It was Bishop TDJ.
Exactly.
Matter of fact. Shout out to Bishop T. And he said something along the lines of pretty much what I was just saying. You're not able to step outside of yourself to see what the world sees in you. And that's a very awkward place. And I think I was talking to you about it before we even, like earlier on, I was saying I never have been truly comfortable with like the fame aspect of it.
Why?
I don't know. That shit just bugs me.
Because
like
you want to, you get into music to be a star, right?
Nah,
like,
but
you didn't get
with
into
me,
be a star. You just wanted to rap.
Nah, yo, everything with me, bro, is very weird, bro. Like like some people, you know, they chase after this shit.
Yeah, like
They-
this is the moment.
Right.
I want to live in a big house.
Right.
I want to
Right.
swim
It wasn't
in a pool.
like that with me. It wasn't like that with me, bro. Like everything with me, even when Irv and me linked up, like, bro, I was going to John Jay. I was like getting ready to study forensics, bro. Like everyone in my family was military or police. So I was at a point in life where I was like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I was always smart in school, you know. So I knew I would end up doing something. I just stopped hustling, you know, when I ran into Ynvs. So I'm like kind of like, okay,
Still got the street shit and you don't believe.
right, and you know,
like,
and
yo,
all
I'm
the
getting
rap
more money
shit,
doing this.
right, and all the rap shit, nigga, yeah, because you go from like being fresh every day to like, all right, now, nigga,
Recycling outfits.
right, which is kind of weird. So, you know, at that point, I was like just trying to figure out what the fuck I was trying to do in life, bro, like, and what I wanted to do, and I knew I could rhyme, like. You know, I would go to Large Crib and spit every day and just bug out with niggas, but it wasn't me saying like, all right, I have to do this because I have to make it, because I have to get on. I never looked at it.
Because you was already thinking college, right? Thinking
I was
about
just
school,
thinking
right?
like, yo,
Books.
whatever it is that's out there for me, I'll find it. I knew I was smart enough to say whatever's out here in the world, I'll find it. But at that point, I wasn't really certain of what I wanted to do. I'm a kid, bro. I'm like 18. I just graduated. You know what I mean?
18 years old?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So tell me about the first deal. Like, how did that happen? Like, did you get your deal at 18?
Yeah, I was 18 going on 19 years old.
Like,
I was
walk
eight,
me through
literally.
that experience. 18, I guess you're still in high school. Wait, what you're in?
I just
ninth
left high
grade?
school. I had just
Oh, you
left.
graduated?
I just graduated from
18?
Bayside.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I graduated 19. I thought I did 5 years. I thought that was normal.
I just
No,
graduated.
that's not normal. 5 years in high school.
Nah, I just graduated.
Oh,
Matter of fact,
damn.
and then it was weird because
I
I
did,
got,
you
I
know,
got
I-
accelerated.
You know,
but
you
then
know,
I got
I'm in
held
the yearbook.
back
I'm
for
in
6
the
months.
I'm
I
in
got
the
held
yearbook
back.
2 years.
Facts.
I'm in the yearbook 2 years.
See, I know
right?
that feeling though, because niggas I came in with, they left 6 months ahead of me. So I was like, but then it kind of paired out because I was like, all right, I had AP classes. All right,
What's
nigga,
that AP?
AP was like if you was like a nerd ass nigga.
Oh, that's
and-
like ESL.
yeah.
No, right? No, ESL was like
was that. That's like that's
like if you like a little.
yeah,
that's right, bilingual.
That's
yeah.
that's
What they put me in. I'm
Right.
sorry, they put me in ESL because I was.
Now I did like
Puerto
co-op.
Rican.
I had a program called co-op, so I would work 1 week
Oh,
in
okay,
Midtown Manhattan. I worked for Bantam Doubleday Dell.
Ah,
I worked for a book publishing company on Fifth Avenue
what?
at 18. Yeah, because in Bayside they put me in a co-op program. So like I said, you work once a week and you go to school once a week.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
Right.
like okay. So I think they gave you your college credit too, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
I remember that.
And they was like, yo, you smart, but you cut class like at a ridiculous rate. And I was like, yo, I don't fuck with this school shit. It's boring to me. And they were like, well, what if
Think you
you
was
work?
too smart for school?
I did.
Because
actually.
like ever since I met you, I think you was like always too smart for everything. Like you always overthink things. I think you.
I damn sure do.
I think you think,
I do.
think, and be like, you paint your whole movie,
do.
and like it's
I
not
do.
even that. You
Right.
be like, oh, it's
Yeah,
everyone's gonna
exactly.
die tomorrow.
And I'll overthink to where it's like a sin. You 100% right. But at that point, one of my teachers, Miss Forbes, shout out to Miss Forbes, she's like, you should try this. And then I lucked out. I had got a job at Bantam Doubleday Dell, and at that time,
That's
I'm a
not
kid
expensive.
I was
You
getting like
getting
$19 an hour.
Yeah.
And I was 18, and I was getting Social Security because my birth mom passed when I was like 10 from cancer.
Oh wow, God bless.
Yeah, so I was getting Social Security, and I was hustling.
And you're independent by
Yeah.
yourself at the time.
Nah, I lived with my dad and my stepmom, my mom, you know,
Okay.
my family, my brother and all of that. But still, I was doing that. I had Social Security. I was selling crack, nigga. I had like $2,500 on me on any given day.
And what part of Queens you really from?
My origins is Flushing.
Brooklyn.
No, Flushing, New York. Flushing, Queens.
Okay.
I grew up in wastelands, like with large professors.
Oh, wasteland. Yeah. I rolled dice with
Flush. It had to be Flush.
I had to Russell Simmons when they had the scary guys when they did the hip
Oh,
hop
Onyx.
rock.
Yeah.
No, not the other guys.
Oh, Flatliners.
Flatliners.
Facts.
Right.
Matter of fact, I went to school with one
Chris,
of them. Yeah,
the tall one.
I went to school with Juan. He was the upper one, like one of the Flatliners. Shout out to them.
Yeah, if you know hip hop, you know that was like hip hop horror, horror hip hop,
right. That's like
horror hip hop rock
with grave diggers and all that shit.
Yep.
So yeah, but I grew up in Flushing, but I had family in Southside Jamaica. So I think a lot of people would confuse the fact that they like you would see me in Bricktown on a Saturday or a Sunday at my cousin's crib.
What?
That's in Southside in Jamaica.
Okay.
But I grew up in Flushing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
now,
I also
that
have
people from Flushing was rocking with you because you on Brickside now. Like,
nah, like the neighborhood, like Queens is funny because like they both two different sides of Queens. So Flushing is more of towards the western side, I would say. And no, correction, the eastern side of Queens. Southside Jamaica is more the western side where you're heading out towards Long Island.
Okay.
So they're two different, like Queensbridge, Left Rack, Corona, Astoria, Wastelands. That's like one side of Queens. Southside, Murdoch, like Linden, North Side, South, like all that shit, Shadyville, all of that, Hollis, that's a completely different side of Queens. But I had family in both places. So, you know, I would be, you know, in Hollis and Southside on the weekends. And then, you know, I would be in Corona or East Elmhurst or Flushing during the week.
Okay.
So nobody really knew where to place me. You understand what I'm saying? But they're two different sides. They're actually two, it's two different feelings.
And when you came out, you were repping Queens?
As a whole, yeah.
Okay.
As a whole, because like I said, I have family in Southside, and I have family on the side where Flushing was, and in Corona and East Elmhurst. So I knew a lot of people from different areas in Queens.
So now you get the deal. You're about to put out your first single. What's the first single you put out?
Actually, it kind of went different. I met Ynvs, and we ended up doing Shit's Real. Shit's Real was actually the first song I ever recorded in the studio. I'd never been.
Is that considered your first single?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we recorded Shit's Real, and I think maybe two other songs, and then Ynvs was like, yo, we gonna press this shit up.
All right, so let's get right into it. Shit's Real, and then we're going to come right back.
Yeah.
So we're going to play the video. Let's play that video. Who directed that video?
Hype Williams. Shout out to Hype Williams.
Hype Williams?
Facts. Shout out to Hype Williams and my man.
That was early. That was early, right?
Iggy. Either Iggy or Izzy. I always get it confused. I think it's Izzy. Shout out to Hype and Izzy.
Okay, Hype Williams. Another one before everybody knew who Hype was, right?
Yeah. Facts.
Early. Shit is real. Mike Geronimo, we here. Let's do it. Ynvs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Represent for the fam. From crazy ass Queens, you know what I'm saying? One time for your mind. Check it out. Yeah. For those who don't know the way I flow, my name's fucking Mike Geronimo, you know what I'm saying? Big shouts to my whole fam, you know what I'm saying? I'm representing, y'all know who you is. We about to spark this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Another day you're stepping through the belly of the beast. I leave the compound and make my way to my stomping ground. I'm just about broke to the letter. It can't get any worse, shit could only get better. My burner lamp and by my waistline, Geronimo will be fine when niggas come back and undivine. So now I unwind and keep a focus on my schedule. It's critical for me to run a scan of my plan. I keep stepping and on the DL, I be well, and that's the gospel. Chicks to get a call when it's possible. I make a red bone, a dead bone. After my bed bone, I leave an ass on from my tone. Then I bounce and check my family, jump in the ride and see what's going down on the other side of town. It's all about lounging and keeping shit together. No matter the weather, you find me out doing whatever. And when the sun fall, word to more, we're on the move. So nobody could bust up the motherfucking groove. It's ill enough to get your fingertip feel. Check a rhyme paragraph because my shit is real. My shit is real. You know the diligence killer. Our shit's real, yeah, no shit's real. Our shit's real, yeah, no shit's real. I smoke a 20 back of Buddha, then I'm ready to pee. You know the diligence killer. Our shit's real, yeah, no shit's real. Our shit's real, yeah, no shit's real. Get a taste for my feel. I freak mics like sex appeal. Still enough to hit you real enough. Like at your nightstick licks to your brain when you're handcuffed. For every episode I unfold, there be another sick story in my mind to be told. And every time I take flight in the midnight, the police be searching for a nigga with a killer mouthpiece. Since my first birthday, I've been in with more tricks than a tramp, locked in a sleepaway camp. And any herd with a loop full of verbs that catch kicks to the curb and get thrown off a bridge called the Williamsburg. Or your pipe dreams of hopes I burn up like choke smoke. And in a sample sack, I push a tech to your neck. So leave me alone and get prone. I be yelling for more taps than the feds, bugging telephones, flipping niggas and leaving them sleeping in a chalk tray. DTs be bounced by a microphone, Scarface. I'm beyond the nigga in the front row frontin'. He gets slugs in his mug from a rhyme shooting gun thug. I keep my form in the storm of a raw deal and give you a torn feel because my shit is real. My shit is real. Loading clips from my hips and start busting off steel. Steel don't stay my stride, and I take your ass out the frame where you hide, and I grab you by steps and stacks, and you catch a lick in the back from my baseball bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, this is a vibe right here, Pop.
That's crazy.
This joint right here, man, I remember this joint like, this is... Yo, I remember like the first time I really liked like an R&B rap, hip hop rap with an R&B artist that was like from Queens, because at that time, you know, I'm from Brooklyn and I was in a group home in the Bronx, and you know, we didn't fuck with everybody. Brooklyn niggas fuck with Brooklyn, Bronx niggas fuck with Brooklyn, Bronx niggas. But I was just like, this is dope. I was fucking with Mike Geronimo.
That's what's up. I appreciate
you know what I mean? Like, that shit was hard right there. You know
That's
what I mean?
a fact.
That was good money right there.
That record made a Bronx nigga feel like a Queens nigga.
You know what I mean? Like, you felt like this shit is real. Like I felt like wearing the do-rag.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
you was
what's up.
Definitely had your do-rag shit together.
I appreciate that. That's
you know what I mean?
real
Like,
shit.
so, all right, so after that, the shit is real. What was next?
So we did shit's real.
Master IC?
Yeah, and we did Master IC like after we signed with TVT. Block Recordings.
So the first, shit is real. What was independent?
Initially, it wasn't for sale. We pressed it up, but
For promotion.
right for promotional use. But then
So y'all white labeled
TVT, yeah, we white labeled it, or rather,
For everybody don't know what white label is, back in the day, you have to press your own record. White label, that means promotion.
Right.
Because you have no distribution. You just going to a printing company, printing 24 to 30 pieces in a box.
Right.
And it's plain with just the name on it. That's why I said white label, because it's just white label with the name of the artist. That's it.
That's it. And you couldn't
then you
track
give it all to
nobody
the
down,
DJs.
and yeah, exactly.
And that was the vinyl days.
And that was
And then
vinyl
they
days.
wanted two. Sometimes you could only give them one.
One,
Because
yep.
why? This costs money and we was printing it. You know what I mean? I know, Papito. You know what I mean?
And I give it to Irv because he pressed a lot of them up, bro. And we went to like every club. He would sleep in front of Hot 97 and wait for like Flex and them to come out. Like, we run up on people, give them the record, be like, if you like it, play it. If you don't, break that shit over your knee, whatever. And
not too many people broke it over their knee.
Nah, like, it just, that shit went, bro.
So shit is real. Then Master IC?
Yeah, then I ran in the Buck and
Buck who? Buck Wild?
Buck Wild. Shout out to Buck Wild from DITC. And I was a big fan of the production he did for OC on
Yeah, I fucked the OC heavy.
on Word Life, yeah.
OC was the first dude that introduced me to Remy Martin.
Yeah.
I never drank Remy Martin until I met him.
Yeah.
It was Remy Martin with Red Alizé.
Yup.
Like, we was drinking Hennessy.
Yeah.
Now he said, "Nah, we drinking Remy Martin."
Yeah, the Remy is smoother.
Yo,
yeah,
it was,
the Remy was smoother.
and it was drunkerer.
Yeah, and it was
You got
drunkerer.
drunkerer.
Right, you got
Fuck with
drunkerer.
that
You
shit.
definitely did. But
It
shout
was a
out to
different type
that's
of
my
drunk.
brother.
One time for the Bar Lord OC, Bar
Yeah.
Lord right there.
Yeah, and I was a big fan of Welcome to the Ozone, that song in particular.
Yeah.
So when I found out who did it, I was like, yeah. And then we linked with Buck and me, Ynvs, and I think my brother.
Ynvs still in the picture.
Right, yeah. Ynvs like
Always.
pretty much
That's
grew
family.
up at my
Yeah.
crib. Yeah, so
Family.
he was-
Infrared.
yeah,
That's my guy.
yeah. So Ynvs was with me, and we was at a studio called Pro Jam uptown, and Buck played it, and it didn't sound nothing like how it came out sounding. Like I could hear where it was going, but it didn't sound like what you get in the end. And I remember like Irv being like, "Nah, I don't know," and we was like, "Yo, you don't hear that?" And he was like, "Nah,
He didn't hear that.
nah, he ain't hear it." And me and Ynvs was just like, "Yo,
This is the one.
we telling you," and we did it. And then the next thing I know, like I just remember the day we finished it and we played it, and we was just like, "That
This
shit
is
is
the one.
crazy." Yeah.
So let's get right into that Master IC. Welcome to Ynvs Radio Podcast. Mike Geronimo is here. DJ Smoke Black, let's do it.
go.
Bow.
Yeah, you don't stop. Mike Geronimo. Flex. Yeah, I mean.
Ynvs Podcast Radio.
I'm so high. You so high. I'll be getting money till the day that I die. I'm so high. You so high. I'll be getting money till the day that I die. Behold the uncontrollable, I keep the whole world in drama. Smoke my competition out of just a bag of scammer. I'ma reload the vocab, the Manson use. Now amateurs to play the OJ, you wonder why they lose. I subdued the microphone and left it in submission. Then cracked the Philly open, found the talent that was hidden. I kid no man is similar to mental migraine. The master I see enters now in your game. It's been a long time, maybe too long, since your audio produced a real rap song. I wrong a man who's shouting on a jack up in the plan. He could scan but didn't analyze the whole pro jam. I took my time and found I couldn't wait to explain. The master I see enters now in your game. I'm so high, you so high. I'll be getting money till the day that I die. I'm so high, you so high. I'll be getting money till the day that I die. I'm so high, you so high. I'll be getting money till the day that I die. The new and improved, you can't make a move or elude the feud about to be cued. A soloist journey through the mist now found. Assassinate the sound with choke by the pound. Make my own type of home on the phone. MCs reaching for my style to leave alone. My terminology and odyssey known to men. And counteract the sham, more cooler than a fiend. Split the vision, I cut with precision. So many tried before, but still couldn't get in. Now it's calm, no need to explain. The master I see enters now in your game. I'm so high, you so high. I'll be getting money till the day that I die. I'm so high, you so high. I'll be getting money till the day that I die. I'm so high, you so high. I'll be getting money till the day that I die. I'm so high, you so high.
Ynvs
I'll be getting
Podcast
money till
Radio.
the day that I die.
Yo, that was another one, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yo,
Appreciate
Mike,
it.
man. You one of them dudes, Mike,
Legendary,
man. You one of
legendary.
them
Thank
them
you.
bar lords, man. Do
I
you
appreciate
I just want to go back again, like I was saying again. Do you believe that you one of them bar lords, man? Like, do you feel like today you could jump in a cipher with, because I know you did the record with DMX, Jay-Z, and who else
Ja
on
Rule.
and Ja Rule,
Yeah.
Time to Build.
Yeah.
Do you think today you could still jump in the cipher with those guys and still bar to bar?
Oh yeah,
Swing.
without question.
How was that relationship with them, man? Because y'all were all coming up. Y'all were all, not say broke, but y'all were all coming up. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
So,
right.
like, how was that? Because y'all all hungry. Like, it had to be genuine at that time.
It was very organic, bro. It was very, for lack of a better word, natural. You know what I mean? And it was real. it was just cool to because I don't think any of us at that time, maybe with the exception of Hove, I don't think any of us. I think we all knew that we would, we would make some noise, we would do some damage, but I don't think any of us foresaw, how
big you all were going to be.
With the exception maybe of Hove. I can't speak for anyone, but with that being said, it was very it was just cool. And like to look now being older.
Yeah, because you're in the beginning, like you're documented with the legends in the beginning. So it's only right. You're definitely part of hip hop history, hip hop culture. Like you are hip hop. Like you know what I mean?
And
like
that's
it's documented. With you with the 3-headed monsters.
Yeah, and it's great.
I mean?
Like it's
not too many people can be like, yo, I got a picture with these guys.
Right. And it's an honor.
And I don't think anyone can get these 3 type of people in the room ever again.
It's an honor. That's all I can say about
That's
it.
why
Like,
I went
it's crazy.
and I big you up because when I hear you speak about them, you still speak about them in high regards. You still hold them in your heart and like that highlight, like, yo, man, big up to Hove, big up to Ja.
Yeah,
those are my brothers.
absolutely.
You haven't spoken to them and
No, I think maybe Rule is probably the one that I've probably spoken with the most over the
and
years.
like how long? Like
I think the last time we actually spoke may have been a couple of months ago.
But that's what I'm saying. For you to still be like, these are my brothers, yo. I
Oh, yeah.
still love them. Like,
That would never change.
That's love. Like at this point, I would have been like, man, fuck them niggas, man.
Yeah, but
fuck Hove.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
Fuck Ja.
it's not.
He ain't called me out. Why I'm not
Right.
part of the app?
But you know why? It's some
You know what I
real
mean? 'Cause
shit.
he got the app where you can
Yeah,
book the
yeah.
artist. Why I'm not
I
on the
think
app?
it's Icon or something.
Yeah, why I'm not on the
Shout
app?
out to Icon. Nah, but because you know why? It's some real shit to me, bro. I don't. And maybe it's me, bro. First off, I was never nobody who.
You were never a hater?
I was never a hater, and I never depended on nothing else around me, bro. I never knew that. Like, in my crib, like, short of my parents, I was the one that was, I took care of my brother. Right. I took care of my cousins. Like, so I never really operated saying, okay, I have to depend on those things around me. It doesn't even make me comfortable as a person to be that way. So I say that as to say, like, regardless to what they did or didn't do, that wasn't a foundation of my relationships with them.
Right. Because it was love from the beginning.
Yeah,
right?
Facts. Those is my brothers, no matter how it goes.
You didn't even expect nothing. Like, they don't owe you. Like, yo, man, you ain't never put me on a record.
Yeah, like,
you ain't never done no show. Like,
and I hear people say that, and I don't. I don't respond to it. I mean, I guess I suppose I could see.
I'm sorry,
why.
me, I would have been mad. Like, I would have been like, fuck you, oh. I ain't get on the blackout tour. Like, I'm sorry, that was me, but you right, though.
Like,
that's why you one of the guys, man. I would have been mad.
Nah, bro. Like, I mean, I went to Hard Knock when he did it in Miami, and he was like, yo, come down. And, I was on stage with him and all that shit. And,
that's
mean,
love.
but on some real shit, I would always feel like, I could watch Rule at the Grammys, and I would feel like, yo, I don't have to do this shit. My niggas is doing it on their own. Like, that's like me doing it, watching my brothers do it. Right. So I would just be overjoyed seeing them on the Grammys or seeing them, on whatever show they're doing or seeing them touring. And I would be like, yo, for my soul, that's enough for me. Like, if I'm not doing it, they doing it. And we did something together. So
how was that time to build? How was that?
It was cool as fuck, bro. Like, I mean, it was funny because it was the first time I think we all officially got together to do something. And we wasn't even
was all together in the studio?
Nah, we wasn't even in the same spot. And the funny shit is, I think me and Rule did our verses together. And I know that X and Hove did their verses separately, and then the wild shit that I didn't even know, because, like, we did it and Irv played it for me, and I'm hearing they bars, I'm hearing, like, they verses, and I'm like, yo, that shit is ill. And I didn't even know like X is talking about Hove and Hove is talking about X.
On your record?
Yeah.
On Time to Build?
Yeah, and they had like a little rivalry.
Oh, so
at
they
the
beefing
time.
on your record? You
so
didn't
they-
even peep that?
Nah, I didn't even know. Like I had just
now,
met 'em.
now, are you in between this now?
No, because they the way they did it, it was just friendly competition. It's like I'll burn this nigga, let me burn him. Nah, I'll burn you, let me burn you, and they just did that, you know. And it's subliminal shots, but it's not outright. Like it's
Now,
not like
who heard whose verse first? Because it had to been like, oh, word, nah, I got him tomorrow. Watch what I'm gonna do.
I think X recorded his verse before
And then
Hov.
Jay heard it.
Matter of fact, yeah, because
Fish you Brooklyn shit.
because it's
We ain't
something
gonna let
X
you
said,
beat us.
it's something
You
Jay
ain't gonna
says.
beat us,
Well, I'm like,
papito.
yeah, he heard it definitely, and then he came up with the line he came up with based on the fact he heard it. So X did his verse first, and then Hov went. But
Now do DMX call you like, yo, what the fuck, my nigga? Like,
nah,
yo,
it
you
wasn't
let
even like that.
Jay-Z
At
hear my
that
shit, my
point,
nigga? The fuck?
Like that, at that point, it was funny
You
because
like the voice?
you know how
Can I
X
get
is.
it? I got it a little bit.
X is
What the fuck?
like
My Geronimo, what the fuck?
Nah, he'll always be like, dog, you care too much, dog. Dog, come on, dog, and all that shit. But he, at that point, I think they got all that shit out their system, and I think they also realized that like they were getting ready to smash it. You know,
So they did this without you even speaking on it, or even
I wasn't
they
aware
didn't
none
even
of
bring it
that.
to you like,
Right,
yo, you know I'm gonna come at them.
nah,
Sorry, pardon me.
No.
You was just you knew what was happening, but you act like you was oblivious of what.
Nah,
or did
I'm
you
trying to tell
did you tell them
I
like,
was
yo?
oblivious until Irv came back and he was like, yo, but here's the catch. This nigga's dissing this nigga and this nigga's dissing this nigga. And I was like, oh, word?
And then you heard it. And
Right.
you was
And
like, ooh.
Yeah, I heard the verses first, and then he told me after he played me the finished record. He was like, yeah, they going at each other. And I was like, that's crazy. But that shit is crazy because they said some crazy shit.
That was the beginning of
Yeah,
niggas
that was
going at
that
each
was
other.
yeah, exactly.
On the record and still
exactly.
hanging
But
out.
I think with that they kind of like that was it, and I think they both realized like, you know,
This is after the battle that they supposedly had.
Yeah.
So it was after that, so there's still friendly competition.
Yeah,
they still like they still like I'm hotter, and they still like, you know what, we gonna do this on Mike Geronimo's record.
I can't rightfully say like because I can't speak for nobody, so I don't know if they maybe had a tinge of animosity towards each other still at that point, or if they was free of that and it was just friendly competition. But that shit came out lit, nigga, so I'm good.
All right, so let's get right into that record. Time to Build,
Time to Build.
Produced by Irv Gotti.
Yes, sir.
And we still here. Welcome to Ynvs. Let's do it.
Go.
Maybe you don't know him.
This time to build. 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 This time to build.
I format my mind for combat. In fact, I put a hole up in your back, all this on like that. Rolling thick with my people, ain't no room to breathe. Surrounded by murderers, selling drinks and bags of weed. I swing X and get fly with the MI. I'm automatic trampling your static with my semi. So when I squeeze, I'm off in the breeze with bees. Licking shots at a whack MC with no direction. I rhyme with perfection, skip. Drug a nigga like a pill when it's time to build. Keep it real. Let your head rock when I wreck shop. I'm thicker with my style than the bully on your fucking block. Word is born, I go on. I'm breaking MCs with vocal tones over real rap songs. Insane in the brain, up and left the game. Grab a mic up with skill when it's time to build. Motherfucker.
This time to build. 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 This time to build.
Yeah. Yo, that was classic right there, Mike.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yo, Mike, man, like, that was classic, bro. Like, how do you feel what's happening in music today? Like, being with, you know, the legends and seeing the direction hip-hop is in. Like, what made you say, you know what, I'm going to give it another go? Because, you know, you're considered an OG now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what made you feel like with all this, with all the music, the different music that's happening with the drill, You know what I mean? Like, you think you should still, like, you think you got to compete with these guys, or you? I think you're in your own lane. Like, you're hip hop. I don't think you should be going backwards, like trying to do drill records and like how do you feel?
I don't. I think like I don't much pay attention to. Like, I'm not the person who says, okay, well, I need this kind of record and I need this kind of record and I need this kind of. I don't think I ever did that in my career. So I'm just mostly like, I always moved under the premise of if it moved me, if it told me something to say, then I fuck with it. So I say that as to say, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of stuff that's out now that I dig, that I listen to, that I'm like, yo, I could see me doing something on that. But then there's also stuff that I listen to, and I'm like, nah, that's foreign to me. That's not my lane.
Like, are you a grouchy old rapper? It'll be like, yo,
nah,
I ain't fuck with these young niggas.
Not at all. Like, if anything, I think that I'm probably the polar opposite of that. Like, I dig some of the stuff that I hear. I mean, but I don't think it's any different from back then. Like, you know, some of it you dig and some of it you like, yo, that ain't for me, bro. You know, what I do say is, like, I'm aware I'm an OG and I'm aware, like, most things now, nigga, it's not my lane. You know, like, they got their own wave and that's what they do. And they're not making music for our age bracket. They're not making music for our era. That's not, and honestly put, that's not their responsibility, bro.
Like, you know, these young guys, you know, they come up to these shows and they be like, yo, you got some bars? And they be like, nah, I don't freestyle.
Yeah.
You come from the cloth of spitting.
Right.
You got some bars for me?
Yeah, I could do that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Hey, yo, you want to do acapulco or you want to beat?
Oh, we do it. Oh, we doing it now?
Yeah, we can do it right now.
Oh, yeah, so throw a beat on if we do it.
Yeah, right now like this?
Yeah. Nah.
Hey, yo, Mike Geronimo right now? Yeah, see? Legend shit. Let's do it. Welcome to Ynvs. Mike Geronimo is here. Smoke Black, he's ready.
Hold that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got Mike Geronimo spitting. Hey, let's do it.
Yo. I'm a low life seriously spit in your face and use bars like gem stars ripping your face. Since you got it fucked up, we pumped up, we struggling, so anybody get it from the thugs to the government. Something you can never understand. The plan stays safe, the bandana covers my face. Same nigga that'll show what you wake, and I don't shine shoes no more. My operation's nothing but cake to haters. Hope you got enough juice to fade us. All we do is stepping up like some escalators, and I can have y'all attached up to respirators while you praying that my luck up on the streets betrays. But nah, never happening. Mike stay rapping, and you don't wanna let me up in the gate, then I'm clapping and hit the ground, getting crash position. Whoever saying they on top better ask permission. Yeah, yeah, I keep going, y'all. Yeah, yeah, we keep going, y'all. Yeah, yeah, we keep going, y'all. Yeah,
Nah, that's good enough. That's good enough. That's
off.
good enough, Mike. Yo, bro, thank you for that, bro. Mike Geronimo,
Yo, Sam,
that was
it has been a
hard.
pleasure.
That's the way, yo. You know how many artists come up here? I tell them, yo, can you spit something? And be like, yo, I got throat. I gotta have throat rest.
Stop playing.
Yeah, they be
They
like,
say
I have
that?
throat rest.
That's crazy.
Some be like, oh, I don't know if I want to.
Gil, they say that?
Yeah, they sell it.
They really say that, bro?
They be like, I have throat rest. Not today. I can't. We've had that up here.
You've had that?
We've had it.
That's ill.
You know what I mean?
That's
So,
bugged
yo.
out. Yo, Shan, my nigga, I love you.
Yo, I
bro.
appreciate
Thank
you, man. I love you, man.
some
Thank
real
you,
shit.
man. One thing you want people to see,
Yeah.
and when they see Mike Geronimo, because they, like I said before, a lot of people think that you're unapproachable because you know
Yeah,
you
that
wear
bugged me out.
you wear your hat low and you wear a hoodie, like.
But the way you said it, nobody really explained it to me like that before.
Right.
So I kind of like, once you explain that to me, now I'm kind of like, well, yeah, if you put the shoe on the other foot, yeah, nigga, you probably do seem like, you know, you're not a
So when they
Yeah.
see Mike Geronimo, they could come take a
Nah,
picture.
yeah, absolutely. You could take a picture. You could tell
Yeah.
me a story. You could talk to me.
Yo, that's dope, man. Because I know a lot of
Yeah,
artists, man. I've been there, and they be like, "Yo, do me a favor, back up. Do me a favor, back up."
Nah, no, never. If it wasn't for these people, then life wouldn't be what it is. And I owe them everything. They changed the course, the direction, the trajectory of my life, bro. So I would never not want to speak to not one of them. I would, if I could, I would want to speak to all of them if I could.
And I also know you got a business security business that's moving. You want to drop your website?
Yeah, shout out to
that means if you got a house, you got a business, you need to get it protected.
If you
need
cameras, if you need cameras installed, we do commercial systems, we do access entry systems, we do IT work, we do residential work.
See, he changed. Those are words I don't even know what you're talking about.
This
is a whole different type of lock.
And I'm proud to say for 8 years we won the Customer Service Award on Ynvs list, so I'm grateful.
Nice. What's the name of the company?
Embassy Locksmith, New York City. So I've been in business now we're going on our 12th year. So I thank God. I thank all my clients. I'm appreciative. I can't say enough.
That's dope, my brother.
So if you need something, reach out. You could Google us. You can find us on Home Advisor.
And look, don't book him and be like, "Yo, you mind spending for me?"
Right.
Because you on business time. This is
real talk.
You know what I mean? You on business time. You ain't you're not on Mike Geronimo time.
Nah, not at all.
Has that happened to you? Like, be like, "Yo, you know what I mean? I need this whole before you go. Yo, I remember you, bro.
Yeah, I done jobs.
You know what I mean? Vendetta was my best record ever.
I did jobs in BK and they done brought like the whole project out. Like, yo, ball, come down the block. Look who doing this, son. Word. And the next thing you know, like the whole project. Yo, son. Yo, Rob Boyd. And I'll chill with niggas, all of that shit. Be like, yo, son,
business is business, right? This is like, cool. Let me know. I come look up the shop.
Yeah, real talk.
Look up the trap house, too.
And it's funny because in the beginning, I kind of, you got your little rapper ego and all that shit. So in the beginning, I was kind of like, what
you want to hide, right? You don't really want to know.
Not even really hide, but I was just like, how am I going to deal with it? But then.
Because it's inspiration to let people know. Like, you got to have plan A, B, and C.
And C, absolutely.
Like, just because you're doing hip-hop don't mean you shouldn't own your own business.
No, not at all.
And create another revenue.
Own lane. Yeah. And
because even though you hip-hop, you got another revenue, another lane that you're doing that's legal.
The realest things ever taught to me was passive income and general income. And what our people weren't taught is you have to develop more than one revenue stream, bro. That's how people are able to go and take trips for like a month and not work. And that's how people are able to, that's how other people do these things that our people will sit there and be like, well, how'd you pull that off?
Right.
You got to have more than one stream of income. And once you start to develop that, it gives you more of it accelerates your course towards being free. You know what I mean? So
don't let that go over your head.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? Because that was a bar you gave them.
Yeah, so once you get that going, I always tell my wife and my kids, I'm trying to get it to where the world's your oyster. And my sons will be like, "What's that, Dad?" And I'll be like, "You don't know yet, but you will."
Yeah, you're gonna benefit. From my hard work.
Exactly. So, just try. Don't be a one-trick pony. No one said you had to be a one-trick pony.
Now, how do you feel about hip hop coming back now? You ready? You energized? Because you look energized. You look you excited and I want to do this again.
The craziest part to me, bro, is everything happens for a reason. You're never in the wrong place at the wrong time. I always say those two things. I think the good, the bad, the happy, and the sad, you don't know which one of those you'll get when you wake up.
Right.
But whatever you get, that you was supposed to get that. You know what I mean? So, and I say that as to say, like, I'm so happy with the fact that I love making hip-hop the way that I did when I was 18. I might even love it more now.
Right.
Just in a different
Because now you're not struggling writing.
Yeah.
Now it's just natural.
Now it's just natural, and I'm around a bunch of good people. So, you know what I mean? Like, I got good energy around me. I have people around me that care. I have people around me that, no matter what happens, they just want to see me fly.
That's what's up.
And so now I just feel like, and I'm not restrained by anyone. I'm free as a bird, bro. And I can't wait, nigga. Like,
Nah, you not. You look excited.
I'm a
you like,
yo, I'm
you know what I mean? I
split
told
this
him about a
world in
producer. He booked the time immediately.
Yeah.
He came in and worked. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I see the hunger, man.
Yeah,
and yo,
bro.
good luck, my brother.
I love you,
And
kid.
I'm always
Thank you.
here to help you.
Thank you.
And whatever. Anytime you got a record, please, man. Let us
absolutely.
get it first,
This
man.
one first
Please.
stops I'm making, but I appreciate y'all having me here.
It's
shout
dope. Yo, we have Mike Geronimo, my G.
Crazy.
We have Mike
bro.
Geronimo. Hey, look.
Black
One-
got a hell of a time. Thank
Before
you,
we
sir.
go,
Yo.
do you think
Mm-hmm.
Irv Gotti and Mike Geronimo one more go? Are you up for it?
Anything in this world is possible.
That's good enough right there, baby.
It's a go.
That's all. Hey, that's a conversation that can be had. And as long as you're willing to have the conversation, because like I said, man, I think it is dope for hip hop, and I think it should happen. One more time before you close the album out, one or two joints from Irv Gotti and Mike Geronimo before you close the album.
That
I think
would be
that'll
legendary,
I think
man.
that'll be dope, bro. I think you know what I mean. I'm just putting it. I'm putting it in the atmosphere.
like a real
I'm
hip-hop
putting it out
fan,
there.
like
I'm
a
putting it out
fan of
there.
hip-hop.
I don't know it's gonna happen, but I'm putting it in the atmosphere.
Like I said, anything, far be it from me, anything in this world is possible.
And that's good. As long as you have an open mind for it, anything is possible. Because the conversation can happen. And we're gonna leave it there. And we're gonna leave it there. I like
dope.
that. And we're
It's
gonna leave
dope.
that there. Irv Gotti, Mike Geronimo close the album out.
Yeah.
I think it can happen, man.
You heard it first at Ynvs Podcast
Hey,
Radio.
you never know, man. Let's
Radio,
put it in the
radio,
let's put it in the atmosphere.
radio.
Let's put it out there.
He put it out.
You know what I mean?
Put it out.
Let bygones be bygones.
They
Let y'all
get-
have a couple hours in a locked room and talk. You know what I mean? Let y'all cry. Let y'all hug. Let y'all talk about it. Let y'all say, yo, what? Remember, because y'all grown ass men, so your perspective and the way y'all look at shit is different than when you was 19 and 20.
There's no way I can see anything.
You know what I mean? You guys
now
are grown
as-
men.
yeah.
You guys have been through life.
Yeah.
And it's a different conversation than it was 20
Yeah,
years
we gonna
ago.
have to put you to Nate Day, Irv.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Nah. You gotta relax,
look,
papito.
Look, like it's no way that I could. I'm older now, so
Yeah.
so that's what.
So
gives
now
me
is a
the
grown
ability-
conversation that can happen.
right? But because I'm older, it gives me the ability to say anything is possible,
And that's good.
However, with that being said, I wish him the best. So whether it does or whether it does not, I'm excited.
Yeah. I like it.
Dope.
I like it.
It's legendary
I'm in.
for hip-hop,
Hey,
man.
we're going to leave it there. And then you're going to do a record with Jay-Z and Ja Rule. Hey! I'm just putting it in the atmosphere. I just putting it out there. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I just put it out there.
But you never know.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
never
man.
know.
Well, yo, let me tell you something. You get hot, they want to get next to the heat. That's
what
one
I
thing.
will say is
Everybody wants to get next to the heat.
there's a lot.
Right now,
of,
you
yeah.
ice cold. Right now, they're like, let's see what Mike do.
Right.
Let you heat up, they going to get next to this heat, baby.
Right.
And I think, yo, you on your way.
Nah,
you
Mike
one
gonna eat
ball.
up. You know that.
Bro, because you always been that dude. You one ball away from being right back in
All
the
I would
trenches.
say is, man, listen, I'm very ready for work on Monday.
That's
man.
good. That's good right there. We're going to leave it right there.
I'm ready for
And
work
we're going to
on
leave right there. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. And on
YNVS
that,
Podcast
hey,
Radio, legendary.
welcome to YNVS Podcast, my man Mike Geronimo. Hey,
crazy,
Smoke Black.
crazy.
And we here,
Legendary.
man. Who knows what can happen? We're just going to put it in the air. Thank you. Have a good night. Peace.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? YNVS in the building. You may now proceed to turn the fuck up.
See you niggas in hell. I'm a different type of nigga, never change up. 10 toes down, every step how I came up. DJ Prison with me, Conan, Brooklyn, and Bailey with me. Shampoo, we the gang, hottest in the city. Where I come from, ain't nobody fucking with me. I really mean it, that's facts. YNVS is the label. You cannot sit at the table. We do it big, you ain't able. You just don't got it like cable. Niggas mad cause I got it.
It's your boy, Shampoo, YNVS.
YNVS Podcast Radio.